Hey, Danny?
Yes, Harley.
You fellas talking about anything interesting?
Dwayne's showing me his stunt swordplay. He's supposed to battle the dragon at the end of the play. I've tried giving him a few pointers, but it's not going so great.
What did you think of the show?
Well, I'll put it this way. If one of Jake's shows went that way, I'd be looking for another job.
Talk to you later, Danny.
See you!
One of your companions has decided to join us.
This is Harley Leger. She used to be a performer of sorts herself, you know.
You don't say. What sort?
I was a fighter. Not sure that really counts.
My dear, if an audience paid money to come see you, that counts as performing in my book. I'm Quentin Ellis, by the by. Delighted to make your acquaintance.
Likewise. Quentin Ellis is Othello, premiering October 7th. Mr. Ellis seems rather versatile. Lots of notes and sketches of different costumes and disguises. That is quite a lot of makeup. Could I have a moment, Mr. Ellis?
Of course, my dear.
Just how long have you been a part of this troupe?
Why, since before its inception. That is to say, Kate and I have known each other since well before this incarnation of the troupe was formed. We met in Paris, you see, back in 27.
What did you do before joining the troupe?
I was classically trained at the York Theatrical Academy. I performed all over England before decamping for the continent. When I met Katie, I was touring Europe playing before the crowned heads. Why, my performance as Othello received a standing ovation from Archduke Hubert of Austria.
What drew you to the stage?
Ah, the eternal question. What drew you to the ring?
Money. Found out my tolerance for pain was higher than my tolerance for hunger.
I see, an empty belly is a demanding muse indeed. For me, it was love of the art. I was born with it.
Paris, you say? What was that like?
Ah, those were the days, wild and carefree. We found welcome from a public receptive to our more experimental forays. Nothing like the audiences you find here, mind. Dusty farmers and unlettered cowpokes, the lot of them.
I'd like to know about the others in your troupe.
Fishing for nasty gossip, are we? Unless you have a couple of glasses and a bottle or two of very good liquor stashed somewhere about your person, you won't be getting any of that from me. Truly, they are good people, and I cherish every one of them. We rely on one another. Granted, we have our occasional quarrels, but what family doesn't? It's true that none of them have my training and decades of stage experience, so naturally they look to me for guidance and mentorship.
Miss Hitomi said something about you being unhappy with your character.
Ugh, don't get me started. The evil wizard is a stock villain, paper thin, a cipher. All I do is tromp on stage and glower at the audience. He wants to rule the kingdom and kidnaps the princess, all right. But why? What motivates him to do it? Drama comes from a rich depth of character. Complexity, not caricature. I need something I can work with, something to sink my teeth into.
What if Jake and I came up with a better history for your character?
Do you think you could?
Sure. Harley's got the gift of writing, and I've been known to spin a yarn or two.
Very well. I must admit I'm curious to see what you come up with. Why does the wizard want to rule the kingdom?
once made him look like a fool.
Sure, and he's held a grudge this whole time.
I suppose it must have been quite a humiliation. So it's a revenge story then. All right, but why does he kidnap the princess?
He's smitten with her and wants to make her his bride.
Yes, that's usually the case, isn't it? And how does the dragon fit into all this?
The dragon is the wizard's mother, transformed by a spell he can't break.
Unless he feeds the princess to her.
Oh my, this certainly took a turn. You have some unusual ideas, but I'm not sure they all quite fit together. Perhaps you should give it a bit more thought.
I heard a rumor that Miss Hitomi might be misappropriating the troops' funds.
Poppycock, pure hearsay. I'll bet Faye put that poison in your mind. I have known Katie longer than anyone. She is many things, but never a thief.
Is it true you used to have a magic act?
Why, yes, it is. Funny, I'd almost forgotten. Katie and I briefly tried our hand at stage magic. She was quite adept at sleight of hand, but in the end it wasn't our true métier. Too much meticulous planning and bulky, specialized equipment. No room for spontaneity and delight. No emotional connection. No, it wasn't for us. Now Katie uses the old magic trunk to store costumes.
Appreciate the chat.
The pleasure was all mine, dear. No, thank you. I've already read it.
Hey, Jake.
Yeah, Harley?
You seem quite at home among these performers.
Sure. These are my kind of people. Old Quentin and I have been trading tales about life in showbiz. You ought to stick around and have a listen. You might learn something.
How did you find the show?
Well, there's definitely room for improvement.
I'll just be on my way.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Could I have a moment, Mr. Ellis?
Of course, my dear.
Let's take another shot at coming up with a story for your wizard.
All right, let's hear it. Why does the wizard want to rule the kingdom?
He has humble origins, but always felt he was meant for greater things.
Yeah, it's been his ambition since childhood, but he's never been given a fair shake.
Ah, yes, destiny, ambition, greed, classic stuff. All right, but why does he kidnap the princess?
He's actually keeping her safe from the dragon.
Unexpected. I like it. And how does the dragon fit into all this?
Wants to tame the dragon and harness its power to serve the kingdom.
Ah, I see. So truly he's just misunderstood. It's all a bit conventional, isn't it? Just the usual tropes. Where's the depth? Perhaps you should give it a bit more thought.
Let's take another shot at coming up with a story for your wizard.
All right, why does the wizard want to rule the kingdom?
He doesn't want to rule, he wants to save the kingdom.
Yeah, in his mind, he's the real hero.
Oh, intriguing. A subversion of our expectations. All right, but why does he kidnap the princess?
He's actually keeping her safe from the dragon.
Unexpected. I like it. And how does the dragon fit into all this?
The wizard wants to tame the dragon and harness its power to serve the kingdom.
Ah, I see. So truly he's just misunderstood. Yes. Oh, this is a much more interesting and complex figure. The wizard is human, like any of us. He has his own needs and desires. He is conflicted. He strives to do the right thing, however that appears to him. He is the protagonist of his own story. This I can work with. Thank you.
Think nothing of it. Appreciate the chat.
The pleasure was all mine, dear.
Miss Holder?
Yeah?
Do you suspect that Miss Hitomi might be keeping money from you and your castmates?
What? I never. Miss Hitomi would not do such a thing. Who has told you this? Was it Mrs. Davies?
Well, yes.
I am not surprised. I think that of all of us, she is easily the most dramatic.
Goodbye, Miss Holder.
Lovely to be speaking with you.
Saloon Sing-Along.
Oh, I love this one. This was the first song I learned in English, you know.
You don't say. How does it go?
All of the little maidens go strolling along. All of the little boys come to sing them a song. All of the little children start dancing in line. And all of them have such a wonderful time. All have a wonderful time.
Interesting. Her accent all but disappears when she sings. Miss Holder?
Yeah?
I must say, you've got a beautiful singing voice.
Oh, why thank you.
I couldn't help but notice how clearly your words come out in song.
Yeah, you're not the first to say this to me. I cannot explain it. It is just something which happens.
Say, I've just had a crazy idea. Rather than speaking your lines, why not sing them?
Sing them? That is an interesting thought, but would it not be strange?
Strange? Haven't you ever heard of opera?
But if only I am singing and no one else?
It's a little unorthodox, sure, but isn't that what art is all about? Being expressive, doing the unexpected. I think it will really bring some emotion to the role. It'll be like your character is too pure to just say words. The feeling is so strong she has to sing them.
Yeah, I think I see what you are saying. Very well. I will try this next time.
Goodbye, Miss Holder.
Lovely to be speaking with you.
Mrs. Davies?
What is it?
I spoke with Miss Hitomi and she said she has no plans to let you go.
Well, of course she would say that. That's how it works in this business. All seems well and good until the monthly budget is drawn up and then the trapdoor opens beneath you and you swing.
So you don't trust Miss Hitomi's word?
I don't trust anyone's word. Only ink on paper.
I'll just leave you to it. Nothing to say, really.
Unhand that brandy. I need it for my nerves.
I'd best leave her alone unless I've got something to ask. A brass button. Mr. Ellis said this was Miss Hitomi's old magic trunk. Maybe these buttons aren't just for decoration. A brass button. Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence. Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence. Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence. Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence. Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence. Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence. All sorts of costumes. No way I can If my eyes don't deceive me, that's a false compartment. Just need to figure out how to open it. Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence. Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence. These might be useful. All sorts of A brass button. A brass button. A brass button. A brass button. Damn. Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence. Some leather boxing gloves. I found some boxing gloves in Miss Atomi's trunk, if you want to practice sparring.
Oh, sure. That'd be great.
Danny, how'd you like to help out?
Sure.
First, your stance is all wrong. Stagger your feet, 1 foot in front, weight evenly balanced, knees slightly bent. Good. Now, show me what you can do. Not bad. Not bad. Try not to let your elbow flare out, Dwayne. Protect the ribs. I think you boys are getting the hang of it. Keep at it. Doing great. He's busy right now. What a mess. Most of these seem to be show notes. Here's a list of names. Othello, Carondelet, Dissembling, Delphi. Wonder what that means. Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence. Fantastic. Seems to be some kind of diary or ledger. I'd better take a look at this. Quite a bit of cash in here, so Miss Atomi is skimming off the profits? Quite a bit of cash in here, so Miss Atomi is skimming off the profits? All sorts of... Huh. It seems Miss Atomi's keeping the extra money to invest in the show. She calls it a rainy day fund, and she has a separate space for emergency salary reserve. So Mrs. Davies was wrong. I ought to show her this. Maybe it'll calm her down. I found this ledger in Miss Atomi's trunk, along with some cash.
So I was right. This is exactly the proof I was looking for.
It's not quite what you think. Look at the entries.
Rainy day fund. Emergency salary reserve. Why, she isn't keeping this for herself.
She's setting it aside to help you all.
Oh dear, how embarrassing. What a fool I've been.
We all make mistakes. So now that you know your position is safe, will you get on stage and perform?
Yes, of course. Thank you for clearing up this misunderstanding. I really do appreciate it.
Nothing to say, really. Miss Atomi?
Yes?
I think you can try a second rehearsal now.
Really? You sure?
Positive. Let's get this show going.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a beautiful and charming princess.
How I love my land. The people are kind, the water fresh, and the day sunny and bright.
The princess was loved and admired by everyone in the land, except one. An evil wizard coveted the kingdom and kidnapped the princess, intending to marry her and gain the throne.
Hark! You may think me evil, but wait until you discover my true intentions.
To ensure she could not escape, he summoned a terrifying dragon to guard her. However, all was not lost. For a young hero rose to the challenge.
I shall battle the dragon and save the princess. That is, if my dear mother lets me.
My dearest boy, proud as I am of your bravery, I worry so for your safety.
Fear not, mother, for I shall return victorious from battle.
And so the brave lad rode to the castle and confronted the mighty dragon.
Foul beast, your end is nigh!
With the dragon defeated, our brave hero rescued the princess and vanquished the wizard.
Curses! My plans have been foiled.
Oh, my brave son has returned.
Ah, your highness, I am smitten by your beauty. Will you marry me?
Yes, yes, gladly will I marry you.
And they lived happily ever after. Well, at least we made it through to the end that time. I appreciate your help with the fixes. We're much better off than before.
Glad to be of service.
I'm curious to know how it all turns out. Send me a note at the Rosewater Post after you premiere.
Gladly.
We should be on our way. Miss Johnson has surely awoken from her nap by now.
True enough. Break a leg next week, Miss Hitomi.
Thank you. Safe travels.
We did what we could for Miss Hitomi and her folk. In the end, they formed a strange kind of family, and they seemed determined to keep on going. We've kept on going too. The oppressive, arid heat is beginning to give way to fresh breezes and forested slopes as we leave the desert scrub behind and cross into the mountains. Onward and upward. Phil?
Harley?
How do you think Miss Hitomi's show will do?
I believe it has a chance to succeed.
We'll talk more later.
I look forward to it.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
Think Miss Atomi's show will be a success?
I'd like to think so. We certainly left it better than when we found it.
No, it cannot be.
What's going on?
Not sure, but we're slowing down. Must be something important if he convinced Miss Johnson to stop. I'll go have a look. Care to explain what's going on?
I know these people. They're from Jicotea.
All the way out here?
Yes. I thought they might head for the border, as I did. I am relieved to see they made it.
General Márquez, ¿qué haces aquí?
Antonio, it is good to see you are well.
I would not say I am well, General.
This is my companion, Harley Leger.
Has the General recruited you to his cause then?
Not really, no. But you said you're not well? May I ask why?
That is considerate of you. It is good knowing that someone cares about our fate. Eh, General?
What are you talking about, Antonio?
You came to our village with your talk of revolution and freedom. You are very persuasive, General. Your words moved people and put many innocent lives in harm's way. No sooner had you arrived than the army came to rain fire upon us. Surely you knew what would happen.
I expected some response, of course. But who could anticipate that those Spanish dogs would behave like such inhuman monsters? But I also believed that the people would resist. And resist they did.
You gave us no choice. We were forced to defend ourselves. But you never allowed us to decide if we wanted to join your fight.
I did not consider.
It is only by God's grace that some of us managed to escape. Jicotea, our home, is gone. Those who survived made our way here to this strange country.
Where is Lieutenant Morales? I ordered him to lead a civilian evacuation as escort. Did he not conduct you to safety?
Yes, he did. But I do not think it would be a good idea for you to see him. In fact, it would be best if you just go now. We do not need any more of your revolution here, General.
These people clearly need help. Maybe we can do something for them?
Like what?
Let's poke around. Something might come to us.